Good evening, I hope everyone's well today. Thank you for watching, it is appreciated as always. I made a video last week about Jamie Michael, or specifically the cancellation of jury duty for criminal cases of 3 years or under, and I used the example of Jamie Michael, who was acquitted by a jury of his peers last year in the wake of the Southport atrocity, for some online comments. He was reported to the police by a Labour staffer in the Senate. They may have even been an Assembly member, and they essentially said, listen, this guy is not speaking in a way that we think is appropriate. Do you want to send the Stasi around and get him arrested? Which is what they did. The plot thickens, as it always does. The process is always the punishment, and in the eyes of the state, Jamie is guilty. That is why they are looking to abolish jury trials in cases like his. Because remember, Lucy Connolly, she was sent down, she was advised inappropriately and incorrectly by dodgy state-provided legal counsel to plead guilty, and she was sent down. Jamie refused that advice. He was held on remand for nearly 3 weeks. Then he was let out on bail, and then eventually the jury acquitted him. That is why we need to defend jury trials. But to the point of the video, let's just have a look here. That's what happened last year. Jamie cleared of race hate crime in just 17 minutes and is barred from coaching his daughter's football team for right-wing views. That's what we're talking about today. Apparently, right-wingers are branded a danger to children. Are left-wingers deemed a danger to children? I think not. That is because the state is broadly sympathetic to left-wing views. We've been in a leftist neoliberal nightmare since 1997, and all of the institutions, both in the devolved nations and in the British government, are all filled with Blairites. And this is what it all boils down to. This is why anything that Blair did needs to be undone. Literally anything that he had his greasy little fingerprints on needs to be abolished. Or rethink. Or rethought. That's the word, rethought. So we'll get on to the article now. This is what it was. He was put through the ringer as if he were a sinister terrorist. They spoke to Jamie for the documentary. This is spiked, by the way. Think Before You Post, and the rise of the British speech police. His treatment was authoritarian as it was cruel. He was arrested, held in custody, and he was remanded for 17 days, only for him to be acquitted by a jury of his peers within 17 minutes. He had to sing happy birthday to his autistic daughter down the phone from jail. He told us, that is spiked again, in his village in South Wales, it took a tremendous toll on his family. As it goes on, despite being found not guilty, he has been banned from coaching his daughter's football team. In his youth, he was an apprentice for Manchester United. His local safeguarding board has ruled that it was not suitable for him to work with youngsters, despite his emphatic acquittal. So, in the eyes of the state, in the eyes of his peers that acquitted him, not guilty, alright? Not guilty. This is where the pesky jury gets in the way of what the state wants to do. Jamie has now gone public and is beginning legal action against the decision with the help of the Estimal Free Speech Union, and who represented him in his original trial. He has found more than a dozen other cases of safeguarding rules being applied one way. So that's what's going on there. And then we look at this. This is specifically what the board actually said locally. What the safeguarding panel did. While Jamie was waiting for his criminal trial, the FA Wales suspended him from all football activity after the referral to a local safeguarding board. After his acquittal, the board held an outcome strategy meeting. Despite the jury's verdict, it was decided that concern about Jamie was substantiated on the grounds that he posed a risk of harm to children. This is the result of a man who explicitly called for peaceful engagement and who was cleared by a jury in minutes. He is still barred from working with children, not because of anything he does, but because because of an outcome-driven process that has never properly engaged with the evidence. Because according to the states, according to Keir Starmer, according to the Welsh Government, according to anybody in any position of power that is a leftist, Jamie's crime was speech against the state. That's the issue here. They don't like him, even though he's a decorated Royal Marine, a decorated veteran. He's probably done more for this country than all of the politicians combined. They don't like him. They don't like the fact that a jury acquitted him, which is why they want to get rid of jury duties. Let's have a little look at the video that he posted last year. This is what the jury acquitted him for.
And say, you dare do this, and we will hold you personally responsible. If anything happens to our little ones, we will hold you personally responsible. It's down to our council and our politicians and our police to keep us safe. And if they're not doing their job, we will do the job. We need men now, guys. We need real men to start stepping up, okay, and facing this situation. We need to start facing this situation, which means making plans. And like I said, having meetings, going to the politicians, going to the police, going to the councillors, and demanding that this doesn't happen, okay? This isn't a freak incident. This is going to happen more and more and more, okay? These people now think that there's enough numbers for them to start taking over our country, and they're telling us. They think they're going to take over our country, and they're not. We still outnumber them about 10 to 1, right? So anybody saying, oh, the country's gone, it's gone because of people like you saying it's gone, okay? We outnumber them 10 to 1. You need to start acting like a man, standing up, and like I said, organising, okay? Which doesn't mean getting bats and knives and stuff and going doing what they're doing. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about doing things the right way.
So they're specifically and unequivocally calling for non-violence intervention. That's what the jury saw. That's what the jury recognised. That's what the state has either too dumb to understand, or they literally don't care.
Getting in big groups, having meetings, and going to the council, going to the police, and going to the politicians, okay, and making sure these things happen. And if they don't happen, okay, then the council, the police, and everything are asking for trouble, because they're going to move these people in here, and then we will see trouble. Because these people, I'm telling you now, these people are being told to cause chaos, right? And you can see it happening now all across Britain. We haven't got much time left, guys. We've got another 5 years, I reckon, and this country will be gone. It will be gone then. But the people who are saying it's gone now are the ones who want to sit back, watch Love Island, and start saying, oh my God, look at this, oh my God, look at that, without doing nothing to defend your children and defend your way of life against these scumbags that are coming into our country. Right, our country ain't gone. It's gone if you let it go, but our country ain't gone.
So we'll leave that one there. I'll leave a link into the description below for the crowdfunder for Jamie's campaign, his legal campaign. He's already raised over 75k towards it, which is brilliant. If you can donate, donate. I'm not plugging it per se, I'm just giving you the option. But this is what we're up against. This is the Blurite project. Anybody that speaks out about multiculturalism, mass migration, the grooming gangs, anything like that, you're deemed far right, you're an extremist, you're a racist, you're a hate-filled bigot, and you need to be put down. Not on my watch, and I'm sure not on your watch as well. We all need to stick together and do the right thing here. Now, if you like this video, and you think I'm onto something, make me aware. If you disagree, make me aware. Keir Starmer could snap his fingers tomorrow as the Prime Minister to make this go away. He's choosing not to. He's a coward, and the likelihood is he completely agrees with the decision that this local board has made to ban these people, like Jamie, the decorated war hero, from going near children. The process is the punishment. Anyway, have a good day and thank you for your time.